What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we have some interesting news, more unfortunate news, as TMZ is now reporting that two-time junior middleweight world champion, who currently is the unified middleweight world champion, heading into a massive undisputed rematch showdown, Jermell Charlo. Jermell Charlo is the unified junior middleweight world champion. And now TMZ is reporting from the same incident that stemmed from his identical twin brother, Jermall Charlo. So Jermell Charlo, 34 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, 18 wins by way of knockout. He is 31 years of age, 6 feet tall, with a 74-inch arm reach. He's the identical twin brother to Jermall Charlo, undefeated 2-division world champion, who is the reigning WBC middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, who is 32 wins, no losses, no draws, 22 big wins by way of knockout. Obviously, they're identical. He's 31, 6 feet tall with a 74-inch arm reach, okay? We know Jermall Charlo was arrested, and turned himself in because of an altercation that took place at his home. And now they're reporting that they are putting out a warrant for Jermell Charlo now as well. Okay, Jermell Charlo is heading into a massive showdown with WBO undefeated Argentinian star boxer Brian Castano. It was initially supposed to take place March 19th, next Saturday, and it has now been rescheduled and is going to take place, May 14th. Okay, so this is unfortunate. It sounds like a family member that is completely disgruntled, and it sounds like a situation where, it is nothing going to come of it, but the opportunity to put their name in bad standings. Okay, point blank and period. That's how I look at it. All right, this is a situation that stemmed from September of 2021. Okay, and Jermall Charlo's back due in court. Now Jermell Charlo, according to these reports, there's a warrant out for Jermell Charlo now, and so he's going to have to respond to the warrant that's put out, for him. And I don't believe much is going to come of it. Okay, I don't believe that Jermell Charlo is not going to be able to fight Brian Castano. I don't believe that this is going to stop his money. I don't believe he's going to do any time. Obviously, the headlines is going to make it a bigger deal, than what it actually is, because it's saying he made some serious accusations towards this family member, and that the family member was fearful, obviously. So we know how this goes. So with that said, they're saying that a warrant is issued for him. I'm sure he'll just have to turn himself in. I'm sure he'll just have to seek out and handle this situation, because it's at the end of the day, it's hearsay. Okay, and it's his word against his family member's word. Okay, his word is that obviously that he didn't say what they're claiming that he said, and the family member is claiming that he made some serious allegations on to do bodily harm to him. So obviously, because Jermall Charlo, they stated that he actually physically, allegedly struck the actual family member, so he had to turn himself in, because there was actually some alleged proof that he actually struck the family member. So he had to turn himself in, and he had to sit down because it took place over the weekend, so he was apprehended for the weekend. In this case, they have a warrant out for Jermell Charlo, and they're saying that Jermell Charlo is going to have to turn himself in, obviously. And the lawyer spoke up, and the lawyer is saying that not much is going to come of this. Okay, the lawyer is claiming that this is simply, like I stated, it's hearsay. Okay, it's his word versus the family member's word. Okay, and so according to the reports and according to the lawyer, they're stating that the family member, Jermall Charlo, was having a get together at his house. This particular family member was recklessly riding like a ATV Jermell Charlo's, significant other asked him, to stop recklessly driving around. And then, they got into a little scuffle where she hit the concrete, and Jermell Charlo, obviously intervened, and then Jermell Charlo, he stated that, you need, basically, he, told him that this ain't happening here. And so, the family members claiming damages. Okay. And so, Schaefer is the lawyer. Okay. Kent Schaefer, he's the lawyer for Jermell and Jermall Charlo. Okay. This is what he had to say. Quote, Schaefer tells us Jermall was having a big party at his house when he says the alleged victim was recklessly riding around on a four-wheeler ATV. Quote, Schaefer says Jermell's wife tried to get the man to stop and reached into the ATV to take the keys, but Schaefer says the man took off, causing her to fall to the ground. Schaefer says Jermall came out to defend his wife, obviously his significant other, and eventually pulled the man out of the vehicle, causing him to fall. Schaefer says Jermell then came out and told the man to stop it all, but he never made accusation towards him. It's totally garbage, 100%. Schaefer said of the claims against the twins, we will win this fight in the first round. This is what he had to say. So, like I said, it sounds a lot like to me that this is a family member that is simply very understanding of their worth, and I'm not going to say I don't know, I wasn't there, obviously. I don't know if what actually took place, but it seems like it's going to a bit of an extent, to be compensated for, his damages. This is something that Jermell and Jermall Charlo, who are, very successful, can simply make this go away. You understand what I'm saying? Because I feel like, that, family members looking to be compensated. These are things that you have to look out for when you are, a professional athlete, a successful athlete, or just a successful person overall. Okay. When you're in this position, and you are successful, people are going to, turn every slightest situation. Now, this is a situation that, without them being Jermell and Jermall Charlo successfully to the world, okay, may not have went anywhere. Okay. May have had, reminiscent times and sat down and say, remember this time, this, and this, or maybe you guys aren't talking to that point yet. But definitely not something that you go into this extent. This extent is because of who they are, what they represent, and, ultimately what they have. Okay. And so with that said, obviously, people, see an opportunity, and it's up to you. Again, like I always say, it's up to you, to make sure that you don't allow yourself to be put in these situations, because once you allow yourself to be put in these types of situations, okay, people are going to, go to, whatever extent, to attempt to get something out of you, or even, dare I say, bring you down. Okay. People will go to some very, very deep measures to be able to, piggyback off of you. And I'm not being insensitive to the family member, but it just seems like, that's where this is going. You understand? If the family member is compensated, I don't believe that this would even be brought to the public. Okay. But the fact that is the family member obviously has not been compensated, it's being brought to the public attention. Okay. And so now they're going to have to, essentially, more than likely compensate him for this to go away. Okay. It's unfortunate in their position, but it's just is what it is. Okay. And so, when you publicly, your revenue or your earnings, or you could Google you and see how much you're getting for this fight, a roundabout way, because nobody knows for sure. You garner a lot of unwanted attention, period, and you have to make better decisions at the end of the day. So now Jermell Charlo is going to have to turn himself in. Obviously, we see Jermell Charlo. He made headlines with his comments towards Terrence Crawford in his interview. And obviously, we know he has a big fight coming up. So he's on the grand stage, and this is going to gain a lot of traction. So let's see how this all plays out. But that's all I got for y'all, man. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notifications. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Shout out to the entire LDBC. Shout out to New Media. Shout out to Black Media Row. Make sure you like and share these videos. That's all I got for y'all. Peace.